Before we listen to God's message today, take a moment to remember this promise. Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Maybe you have been praying for something for a long time, and nothing seems to be changing. You prayed in the morning, you prayed again at night, you tried to believe, you tried to remain hopeful, but somewhere between one unanswered prayer and another, you began wondering, God, are you still listening? Perhaps that is the question you have been afraid to say out loud. Not because you have stopped believing in Him, but because you are tired of hoping for something you cannot see. And maybe what you need today is not another promise that everything will happen immediately. Maybe you need to remember that silence is not the same as absence. God can be quiet without being distant. He can be working without showing you the evidence. He can be preparing an answer while you are still staring at the same closed door. There are things happening beneath the surface of your life that you cannot measure yet. A seed does not become worthless because nothing can be seen above the soil. It is simply growing where your eyes cannot reach. And perhaps your life is in that kind of season. You look around and see very little, but God sees what is developing underneath. The character being formed, the wisdom being gathered, the doors being prepared, the person you are slowly becoming. You may have asked God to change your circumstances, but perhaps He is also changing you before those circumstances change. Not because you are being punished, but because some blessings require a version of you that has learned how to carry them. So don't despise this quiet season. Don't assume that nothing is happening simply because nothing is happening quickly. Some of God's deepest work begins where there is no applause, no announcement, no visible evidence. Just faith, just patience, just another day of choosing to trust Him. And I know that can be difficult, especially when you have watched other people receive the very thing you have been praying for. You celebrate for them, then go home and quietly ask God, when will it be my turn? There is no shame in admitting that. God already knows. He knows the disappointment you hide behind congratulations. He knows the questions you keep buried beneath your faith, and He is not angry with you for having them. You can bring your uncertainty to Him. You can tell Him you are confused. You can tell Him that waiting hurts. Faith does not mean pretending you never struggle. Sometimes faith is simply saying, I don't understand you right now, but I still choose to trust you. That prayer may be quieter than the others, but it can be one of the most sincere prayers you ever offer. Because there comes a moment when you stop asking God to explain everything and simply decide that His character is enough. You remember what He has already done. You remember the doors He opened before, the moments He protected you without you even knowing, the times you thought you would never make it through, yet somehow you did. You look back and realize God was there, even then, especially then. So perhaps He is there now too. Perhaps this silence is not the ending you fear. Perhaps it is the space where something new is quietly being prepared. Do not rush to fill the silence with fear. Do not let your imagination write a future God has never promised you. Stay still long enough to remember what is true. You are not forgotten. Your prayers are not disappearing into nothing. Your life is not outside God's sight. And this season is not the whole story. One day, you may look back at this exact chapter and understand something you cannot understand tonight. You may realize that the answer you wanted was not the only thing God was preparing. He was preparing you. He was protecting you. He was redirecting you. He was teaching you to recognize His presence even when you could not recognize His activity. So, if God feels silent today, don't walk away. Stay. Pray again. Open His Word again. Take another step. Not because you can see the whole road, but because you know the one who sees it. And when you have nothing left to say, perhaps you don't need another prayer. Perhaps you simply need to sit quietly and whisper, God, I am still here. And perhaps that is enough for tonight. Because sometimes, the greatest evidence of faith is not receiving the answer. It is remaining close to God while you are still waiting for it. So breathe. Be still. Let tomorrow remain tomorrow. You do not need to solve your entire life tonight. Whatever God is doing beyond what you can see, let Him do it. And when the time comes for the next chapter to open, you may finally understand why He asked you to wait. Until then, remember this: God's silence is not an empty room. Sometimes, it is the quiet place where He is preparing what you cannot yet see.